Mostly cloudy. Good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, where, well, the sun is trying to break through, but right now we've got mostly cloudy skies. 39 degrees at the airport. It is 37 here at Radio Center. 43 degrees in downtown Midland. Bay City is at 37 degrees as well. Any ones that is north and northeast away, or I should say south and southwest of the Saginaw Bay, is a whole lot cooler than it is in a lot of other locations. Matter of fact, we have quite a few cities this hour warmer than what we are here to the north, as well as to the south, and obviously to the central part of the Lower Peninsula, because those northeast winds have really chilled us down. The water obviously is not frozen, but still quite a bit colder. Case in point, you take a look at some of the areas over on the west side of the state where the sun is out. Right now, we've got Benton Harbor coming in at 47 degrees. Fremont, Holland, Grand Rapids, Mount Pleasant, even Muskegon, all warmer than what we are here. And then in northern Michigan, Alpena right now is at 42 degrees. And we're looking at 43 degrees in Manistee, as well as over in Traverse City. So as we go through the day, we're going to try to break through that cloud cover, but it is going to be a little difficult. I think, though, by later on this afternoon, we should begin to see some sunshine around anyway. What are we dealing with? Well, we're dealing with the last little piece or two of a low pressure system, which is over New York State. It's moving up into the New England states and eventually will be clearing the continental United States. That backlash, that counterclockwise circulation, that's what's pulling that cooler air out of Canada into the eastern part of the Lower Peninsula, and specifically for us here in the Great Lakes Bay area because of Saginaw Bay. We also have another system that's in the southeastern part of the continental United States. That particular system is a real breaker when it comes to storm activity and not only severe, but also some pretty heavy rains. That activity is going to be moving up the East Coast. It will be affecting the central part, the mid-Atlantic states, and also eventually into New England, giving those folks over the next 48 hours upwards of 2, almost 3 inches of rain as it eventually clears out. Now, we're keeping our eye on a low pressure system over the northern Rockies. That is not really going to play much of a role for us other than increase our temperatures. That low pressure system over the Rockies is eventually going to take up residence north of Lake Superior and then die out. The reason why is because there's another low pressure system that will be forming over Oklahoma, moving into Kansas. And that is the system that will influence our weather once we get into the tail end of the work week and into the weekend. Because eventually what that's going to do is push some moisture up into the state later on Friday afternoon and Friday night. And then especially in the morning hours on Saturday, but it'll be lingering through a good part of the day on Saturday, and then eventually give us not only some cold temperatures once it moves to the east of Michigan on Sunday, but it's also going to deliver some measurable amount of snow to some places on Saturday night and especially in the morning hours on Sunday. So what are we looking at right now? 44 degrees is our eventual high. It's going to take a little bit for us to get there here in the immediate Saginaw area, but Midland is already there. Sun as we go through the remainder of the day, much later in Michigan's thumb. Tonight, partly cloudy skies for us. Mostly cloudy in the southern third of the Lower Peninsula. We'll drop down to about 32 for a low tonight. We'll have a northeast wind that will be gusting up to 30 miles per hour this afternoon. Right now, it's northeasterly at 18. Our barometric pressure is rising. It's currently at 30.14. And the reason why it's at 30.14 is because we have a high pressure system, which is north of Lake Superior. And that eventually is going to be drifting up a little bit closer to Hudson Bay. Wind chill, yeah, we're looking at 30 degrees right now for a wind chill. We're still going to have these gusty winds over 20 miles per hour tonight, along with that low of 32. So it is going to feel pretty chilly with partly cloudy skies. During the day tomorrow, we're going to warm up. Again, that's a function of that low pressure system that we said is eventually going to work its way up into Canada. With that counterclockwise circulation, it is going to be drafting some warmer air up at us. So 50 degrees for a high tomorrow, 32 for a low tomorrow night. We're still going to have an easterly breeze as we go through the day tomorrow, but not nearly as strong as what it will be today. Then on Friday, warmer still. We'll get up to about 54 for a high, 41 for a low on Friday night. So the chances of precipitation will increase going through the afternoon hours on Friday and into Friday night. Our Friday night low of 41 will mean it'll be just plain old rain. During the day on Saturday, chance of showers early in the day, 42 is going to be our high for the day on Saturday. Then Saturday night will resume with more precipitation, 29 for a low on Saturday night. So after midnight on Saturday night, whatever precipitation we're getting will turn into snow. And snow will be in the forecast for Sunday, especially in the morning hours. Very heavy rains, it appears right now, will be situated in Indiana, eastern sections of Illinois, and western sections of Ohio as we go into the day on Sunday. But because the chillier temperatures are going to prevail with a high of only 38 on Sunday, whatever moisture we get will be in the form of snow showers, snow flurry activity, and the heavy precipitation is going to stay south of the Michigan border. Upper 20s for a low on Sunday nights, and then moving into Monday, we start the warm up once again. 52 with sunshine on Monday, 60 degrees for a high on Tuesday. Long range outlook to take us all the way into the 19th of March. We continue to be much above average on our temperatures, slightly above normal as far as the moisture is concerned. Incidentally, we did break a record high yesterday. We knew it was going to be pretty close, and it did. About 12:07 yesterday morning, we had 63 degrees out at MBS International Airport, so that broke the record. And our low temperature only dropped down to 41 yesterday. So by the looks of things, we had the warmest day ever for at least according to the records that we're keeping, for a March the 5th. Now, the coldest ever, March the 6th, 1913, 11 was our high, 1 was our low. Now, the warmest ever was set back in 1974. What are we looking at there? Well, we're looking at high temperature in 1974 of 62, and our low was 38. Now, as far as snow is concerned, a little bit better than 6 inches of snow occurred on this date. That was back in 1971. And so far for the months of March, obviously, we have no snow. For the snow season, we're looking at 26 inches. That compares to last year, where we had about 3.1 inches of snow so far for the month of March, and we had 38.8 inches of snow for the snow season. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Cody Harris, and then, of course, Doug Klein from Oppenheimer. But before we get to all of them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Risk management, that's what it's all about. Getting ready for 2024, whether it's the wheat or any of the other crops, might be a very good idea to try to give yourself a little bit of a buffer. Mother Nature's going to do what she's going to do. And so far, that's proven, that theory. And it's going to continue as we go through the remainder of the planting season and into the growing season. So be prepared. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency is licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. You can get a hold of their agents for, conventional or organic crop insurance. All you got to do is call their cell for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office, 989-868-4722. That's the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. We say good morning to Cody Harris over at Star of the West. And Cody, we got any good news today?
Well, I wish I had some good news. Looks like we're piggybacking off of yesterday's market here today. Terry's definitely leaking in here. Actually just saw corn was in the green for a little bit here this morning, kind of flashing back to unchanged, but overall it's definitely kind of a dismal market here midweek for sure. Kind of getting right into it. We got cash wheat, that's down 17 at the moment, 524 on the white, 434 on the red. Cash corn, I'll still call it unchanged here at the moment at 346. New crop corn, that's up 1 at 395. Then look over at cash soybeans, that's down 5 at 1059, and new crop soybeans are down 5 at 1059 as well.
So, yeah, what's going on? What's happening?
Well, especially in the wheat arena, it seems that, there's a little bit of a rumor flying around that China may be canceling some wheat purchases that they made probably a month and a half, 2 months ago. That's still a rumor right now, and it's really not normal for this kind of late in the wheat crop year, but definitely seems like a decent-sized driver here this morning, kind of along with, too, as per usual in the wheat right now. It seems like Russia and Ukraine wheat prices, they're definitely sliding just because they're trying to get rid of some of the burdensome old crops that they had last year. I think I saw this morning that Russia's FOB on wheat right now is right around $200 per metric ton, and that's about as low as it's been since the start of the pandemic a couple years ago. So that's really affecting these wheat prices here, and we've seen it over the last few days really kind of drag that market down. But other than that, as far as corn and soys are concerned, definitely weather in South America is a driver. Seems like they're going to get a little more rain here in central Brazil and northern Argentina here towards the end of the week. And then we got the March USDA report coming out on Friday, and it seems like corn's kind of biding its time ahead of that report. That's usually not a big market mover, but maybe some slight changes as far as production-wise, especially in the South America arena for corn and soys in that report. But that's kind of what the market's looking at here today, Terry.
All righty. Again, that government report coming out, Friday at noon?
Yep, Friday noon our time.
Okay. You take care. Have a great day, Cody.
Yes, you as well. Thanks, Terry.
Will do. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. If you're ready for a new Ram 1500, a Ram heavy-duty pickup, a ProMaster van, or a Ram commercial truck, and you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is, now is the time to go to Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. And by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of agriculture since 1895. And now they've got 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
We're still trying to mop up the floors, huh?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and the big topic of conversation is the gas prices today.
Yeah, they ain't going to get any better.
Wow.
I heard that, the stock of crude oil rose less than expected, so jumping the price $2.11. Well, that's not pretty. But that's an algorithm for you. Gold pretty close to a new high, silver pretty close to a new high, if not a new high. And, of course, the algorithm on wheat is not pretty either. That's hitting new lows today. That's another thing to deal with. Powell talked today, and he said, I don't think we're going to raise interest rates or lower interest rates anytime soon. So that kind of put a damper on the mood, but stock market's recovering from yesterday's bloodbath. So I think it really has to recover everything it lost before we can say we're out of the woods. So we'll have to see if this afternoon or tomorrow brings a little bit more of a rally. So I said, and I found a new job. The U.S. government is paying $1 million a month to maintain a Russian yacht in San Diego. The guy apparently raised money for Putin or something like that. They took his boat. So I could probably handle doing that job for a while, a month or anything.
That wouldn't,
in just a month.
That wouldn't
So
be bad.
I just 1 month. But, oh boy, I don't know. They want to sell the yacht, but they haven't got clearance yet because the guy is not officially sanctioned. But that's got to be some kind of boat if it costs $1 million a month to maintain. I don't know. Anyway, so here's your numbers. May corn, 426 and a quarter, unchanged. July corn, 437 and 3/4, up a quarter of a penny. May soybeans, 1143 and a half, down 5.5. July soybeans, 1154, down 5. So the May wheat is 533 and a half, down 17 and a half, and July wheat is 541 and 3/4, down 14. Crude oil, 80.25, up $2.10. Heating oil is $267.87, up 7 and a quarter cents. Gasoline is $258 and a half, up 5 and a quarter cents. Natural gas, $193 and 3/4, that's down 2 cents. Currencies, Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.3506 Canadian, that's down 3 ticks. Dollar buys 149.27 yen, that's down 77 ticks. The euro's at 109.08, that's up another 53 ticks, that's expensive. The dollar's at 103.31, that's down 48 ticks. I had heard that the British pound had hit somewhat of a new low for, I don't know what, a year or something like that. That's getting interesting over there. And Egypt raised interest rates 6% overnight, not 6%. They raised them from 1 point up 6%. That's kind of ugly. Turkey's inflation rate is running at 69%. So we ain't got it so bad over here. Over to precious metals. Gold is at $21.5270, up $10.80. Silver's $24.26, up 40 cents. Platinum's at $913, that's up $25.80.
Boy, I guess that market report is pretty ugly, huh?
You just don't know, do you?
No, you don't. Doug, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
Yep, you too.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They're ready to go, Mr. Farmer. If you're ready to go, they've got great selection of products from Sure Crop and Nature's that'll help you increase your yields. And of course, crop consultant Vic Huffer is there to take care of you and answer your questions as well. Since 1983, we're serving you is their business. It's Freeland Bean and Grain. Say good morning to Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. And Jerry, my guess is we're trying to do a little application right now, huh?
Yes, sir, Terry. Those planting beds with open soil and or wood chips tend to end up getting more spring weeds. Our crabgrass that we put pre-emergent on turf for is not going to germinate for, the soil temperature is consistently in the 50-55 degree, and we're not going to see that till maybe mid to late May. So putting down your pre-emergence too soon on the lawn eats up its use during the season. So you want to wait till almost the bitter end, and we'll start talking about the degree days, how they're adding up and when we should be applying as the year goes on. But I would sure get out in this week, next week even, and start getting that pre-emergent down in the planting beds. And if you have to, you can reapply, maybe even half rate, somewhere about June or July for the remaining season in those planting beds.
Good advice. Jerry, we'll talk to you again. All righty?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Let's touch base here real quick with Ed Benkert with Nutrient Ag. Ed, everybody's getting the itch.
Yeah, Terry. Today I was earlier today. I was in Grand Rapids. It was almost 50, and then I'm close to back home now, close to Saginaw. And I see my truck is 39. So a little different weather on the east side versus the west side. But our locations have been out doing a little P&K, a little bit of top dressing wheat. Might be a touch early for that, and really just getting ready to go. Weather depending, we could have an early spring, and I just encourage growers to work with their local crop consultant and get their planning completed and get product on the farm so that you're ready to go when Mother Nature says it's time.
Yeah. And when you're ready to go, everybody's ready to go. It's going to happen real quick, isn't it?
It always does. And man, with the equipment that guys have today, it goes so fast. And again, labor's tight all over the place. So planning and getting product placed on the farm is critical to making sure we can do what we need to do when it's time.
Good advice, Ed Benkert. You take care. Have a good one, okay?
Yeah, thank you, Terry.
You betcha. Ed Benkert with Nutrient Ag. Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. How easily soil gets moved with a 1-Series tractor. Or how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's locations in Auburn Hills, Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Fenton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
Along with me, Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. And Craig, we're talking about spring. What about spraying for hire? Are there some things that our folks should be aware of?
Conversation with a customer yesterday about that. They are going to be doing some custom spraying, and as I've mentioned before, a lot of things that are farm related aren't necessarily covered by your farm policy, and this would be one of those things. When you're spraying for hire, you better contact your insurance agent, because there's likely either changes to your policy needed or a complete separate different policy for what you're doing.
All right. Good advice. Craig, you take care. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. All righty?
Okay, Terry. Thanks.
You bet.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning out the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden. But it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
We'll be back at 12:30 with an update, so you stick around for that. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios. WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. WSGW FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. After a string of losses on Super Tuesday, Nikki Haley